Thank you for joining us today for our Tools for Life virtual workshop, a hand up, not a handout, and we're demystifying 6 Habitat for Humanity myths. My name is Tara Jensen, Program Manager for the Tools for Life Learning Center by Loudoun Habitat for Humanity. And joining me today to debunk some common myths is Executive Director of our Loudoun Habitat for Humanity, Therese Cashin. Thank you for being here with us, Therese.
So glad to be here. Thanks, Tara. For one, getting these virtual workshops out the door and offering to our community, and for having me here today. Thank you.
Therese is here to clear up some misconceptions about Habitat for Humanity and to really get to know the true benefits and history of our great organization. So how about we jump into our first myth? So Therese, true fact or myth? Habitat for Humanity was founded by former President Jimmy Carter.
Okay, so that's a really good one to start with. And I have to say it's a myth. Former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind, they've been longtime supporters, great volunteers. They have brought international attention to our organization through their house building work, but they are not founders. Founders of Habitat are Millard and Linda Fuller. And they started Habitat for Humanity back in 1976 in Americus, Georgia. And they started with this concept of partnership housing. And partnership housing, it was centered on finding those who needed a home, working alongside volunteers to build, decent, affordable homes. And the houses were no profit. And the mortgage payments from the homeowners, that money was put with funding from donors, local donors, and that's kind of what formed the Habitat model. Their journey is inspiring, and I would really encourage you, if you wanted to learn more, to visit the Habitat for Humanity International website to learn more about what brought them to start Habitat here in the United States.
Yeah, we're really grateful that they did. It's a pretty unique organization so we are grateful for them. And so thank you for clearing up that myth.
And there's a picture of them there, right?
Yes, it is.
Fullers, yes. Great.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Fuller. All right, so our next myth would be Habitat for Humanity gives homes away for free. Fact or myth?
Okay, so that is a myth. Instead of giving away free homes, Habitat provides home ownership opportunities for families who cannot obtain a home through conventional home financing. Our future homeowners have an income level, they're less than 60% of the median income, and they need to be living in some type of substandard living situation. What Habitat does through the support of our donors is we're able to provide an affordable mortgage, to the homeowner. They work to provide a down payment. They do what's called sweat equity, 200 to 300 hours worth of sweat equity, either on the construction site or rehab of a Habitat home. They also assist with other Habitat, projects such as volunteering in our Restore. They're required to take home buyer education classes, learn about home maintenance, budgeting, and other tools that they're going to need to be good homeowners. Our donors who provide the materials, labor, and the money to keep Habitat homes affordable. So we don't give away free houses. Our homeowners buy their homes. Their mortgages are made affordable through the Habitat model of either a zero or low rate monthly mortgage payment. And our goal is to keep their mortgage payments 30% of their income. Because we know that if we can do that, then that will leave funding for them to, or money for them to be able to buy food, healthcare, and other expenses needed to live in a safe, decent home.
That's great. And I've always been so fond of the permanent solution for the program. So this, long-term program benefit. So great, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, our homeowners are becoming members of the community. They are building wealth through the equity in their homes. They're passing that on to their children. And so, yes, I think the Habitat model of a hand up, not a handout, really makes a difference in our community.
Right, great, thank you. Our next myth is Habitat for Humanity, homes reduce the property values in a neighborhood. Fact or myth?
Okay, so that is a myth. It is a really common misconception about affordable housing in general. That if affordable housing comes into a community, that it is going to bring down the property value of the homes. Habitat houses are sold at fair market value. So our homeowners are paying the same price for their house. Habitat, the model comes in and helps with a 0 or low interest loan. We help them, sometimes with down payment assistance and other ways to make that house that they can afford it, but the sales price of the house is market value, fair market value. There's been so many studies done that show low-cost housing does not have an adverse effect on neighborhood property values. In fact, we found that Habitat houses across the country increase property value, and now our homeowners are contributing to the local tax base in the community. So that one is a myth, not true.
Right. That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, our next myth, fact or myth. Habitat for Humanity only builds new homes.
So Habitat is known for that iconic image of the community coming together and pushing up the wall on new construction. And certainly that has been an important part of the Habitat mission in the United States. But there are a number of ways that we work to create decent, affordable housing. So in addition to new construction, we renovate existing homes in many communities, particularly in urban areas. Loudoun Habitat for Humanity, we do mostly renovations here in Loudoun County, of course, because land is so expensive. We also offer a home repair program that's designed to help improve our neighbors in need to improve their homes. We don't do disaster relief here in Loudoun, but that's a big part of the Habitat model as well, to go into communities where there has been a disaster and help rebuild homes. Here in Loudoun, we offer our free and open to the public workshops like we're doing here today. And they're really designed to help connect people to resources and to build a toolbox of skills for a more sustainable future. So that's something that we're really proud of that we have here in Loudoun County. And the last area that we work in addition to building new houses is our advocacy work. And we really are working to raise awareness and support for decent, affordable housing here in our county, here in the United States, and around the world. So while that iconic wall is still, an important part of the Habitat world, we're doing a lot more to try to meet the needs of our changing world.
Absolutely. Yes, and going back to your brief history with the Fullers and looking at where we've come from, just starting with a small community in Georgia to what we've done nationally, globally, and even expanding some of our programs. So just creating more and more impact for our community. So it's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, our next myth. Okay, fact or myth. Donations made to Habitat for Humanity International, the parent organization, are used for local homeownership efforts.
Okay, so it's another good myth for us to debunk. Local Habitat affiliates, like us here in Loudoun County, we work in partnership with Habitat for Humanity International. However, we receive very little financial support from the mothership, as we like to refer to it here in the office. So we are really dependent on raising our own funds here locally. And of course, that money that is raised locally then stays locally to support the work and the mission of Habitat. Supporting and giving money to Habitat International, again, great. It's an important part of our organization. But if you want to give local, then give local and know that that funding will stay here to support our projects.
Right. So it's safe to say that Habitat for Humanity International truly is working on its global level and then, you know, supporting us in certain ways, but really our affiliates in our local communities are supported and working as a community together with funding and all of that.
Really great way to put it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So thank you for debunking that myth, because I think there's a misconception there that that we're all one big group, but really we're a conglomerate of small little groups that are all working together for the same mission.
But and all focusing on needing to fundraise at a local level.
Yes. Right. Okay. So our sixth factor myth: Habitat for Humanity is a government organization.
So get asked this question frequently, especially when we're asking for financial support, because there is this misconception that we are a government agency, and so therefore we have a steady stream of funding coming from the federal government to support the work that we do. So it is a myth. We are an independent nonprofit organization. While we do receive indirect government funds through grants and other government programs, we raise the vast majority of our resources here from the Loudoun community. We do work with the federal, state, and local level for advocating for affordable housing and decent housing for all. But we are not a government organization. We want everyone to know that, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. So we have debunked our 6 myths for this workshop. So we're opening the floor to some questions from our viewers. So if you would like to pop a question into that chat function, we'd love to hear them. And Therese is here with us today to answer any questions that we have. And we'll just take a minute just to let some questions come in. But in the meantime, Therese, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are some ways that the community, other than, you know, funding or our, you know, our program partner families, what are some other ways that the community can get involved?
So one of the things that makes Habitat unique, there are many affordable home building organizations out there, but what makes us unique is that our volunteers are the heart of what we do. And so coming out to the job site, swinging a hammer, you know, volunteering in our restore, working with us in advocacy to write to our government officials to let them know why affordable housing is important. Those are all ways that folks can get involved. So once this is all over with and we're all able to go back to hopefully some type of, you know, meeting and being together, I would encourage folks to give us a call, go to our website, and you can learn all about the different volunteer opportunities that we have.
And what's a good way for them to get that information? Is there a monthly communications or?
Oh, great question. So of course the website's always a good place, but we do have a e-newsletter that goes out every month that talks about you know, what we're doing here in Loudoun. When there are volunteer opportunities, we have something called the construction update, and it'll always have the volunteer opportunities for if you want to go out and work on the site. So you know, get on those email lists. I know sometimes adding another email to the hundreds you already get, but it really truly is the best way to know about volunteer opportunities as they come up. Building out on the job site, those opportunities go really quick because everyone wants to come out. We love the idea of swinging a hammer, learning a new skill, and of course making a difference for a neighbor in need. So join e-newsletters are great. Our e-newsletter, sign up for our newsletters, or you can go to our website and learn more there. Right. Or call us. We're still answering our phones, even though we're not all in the office. Give us a call, and I'm always happy to chat with anyone.
Absolutely. Well, Therese, we did have a question pop in, so I wanted to share it with you, see if we could answer this question.
Okay, hope I can.
I think I may know someone who could become a Habitat homeowner. How could I get them connected?
Great question. So how we handle our home ownership application periods twice a year. It's usually in April and in October. And during that time period, we'll have lots of opportunity for, sessions where you can come and you can learn more about being a homeowner. If you want to learn more, go to our website. There's lots of details there. There's also a email list that you can join so that we can keep you notified about when the next home open enrollment period will be.
That's great. Excellent. Thank you so much. I have another question pop in, so we'll just answer one more before we wrap this up. How can I volunteer for Habitat? I used to volunteer in college. So this might be an age question. What's the age requirements for volunteering, and how can they volunteer?
So we would love to have volunteers of all ages, and we do have a youth initiative where we work with some of the local high schools, but our insurance wants you to be 18 years old. So anyone 18 years or older can come out and volunteer on the job site, in our restore, or supporting our other efforts, where volunteers can step in and help. So does that answer your question? If it was college, then you are over that age and you'll be able to certainly come on out and volunteer with Habitat.
Absolutely, and I invite you to, during the school year, if you're not in Loudoun, reach out to your affiliate. But when you are here, please reach out to us, let us know, and see where we have some of that need. So that's great. Thank you. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap it up. Let me pull up my last slide for us. So to wrap things up, Loudoun Habitat for Humanity is an affiliate of Habitat for Humanity International, a global nonprofit organization, not a government organization, that helps families build and improve places to call home. We believe affordable housing plays a critical role in strong and stable communities. We are able to fund our mission through the generous donations and gifts by our Loudoun County community. You can learn more about our work at the loudounhabitat.org or check out our restore, loudounrestore.org. I think that's all we have time for today. Therese, thank you for all that you do for Loudoun Habitat for Humanity and the Loudoun community. It's a great gift, and your time is so valued, and all of your efforts. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Tara. Again, we're a good team.
Absolutely. And for those of you who have tuned in to the Tools for Life workshop series by Loudoun Habitat for Humanity, thank you for being here with us. Our workshops are free and here as tools to make your life richer and more successful. Visit loudounhabitat.org for past workshops and what we have in store in the next couple weeks. And we invite you next week for Spending Wisely, Budgeting in the COVID Environment. Thank you and enjoy your day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.